Daniel Ricciardo perhaps could not have believed his luck when, just 4 months into the 2023 F1 season, a route back to the highly craved 20-spot grid opened up last year. But if the affable and popular Aussie is not careful, he could fall victim to the precise course of change that relaunched his career last summer. Because patience is not a word associated with Red Bull racing. You only need to ask Nick de Vries that, booted out of the team altogether after 10 pointless races last year for AlphaTauri. A few years earlier, it was Alex Albon, and before that, Pierre Gasly, who was afforded 12 races before his demotion to the sister team. Whatever their differences off track currently, team chief Christian Horner and advisor Helmut Marko are firmly aligned in one way: they're not afraid to make bold changes, and quick. In Japan on Sunday, as the mothership Red Bull team secured another 1-2 finish with Max Verstappen back in the winning groove, RB driver Ricciardo was a tad unfortunate. Deemed a racing incident by the stewards, Lance Stroll's Aston Martin on the left triggered a slight shift to the right for Ricciardo at turn 2, which resulted in a collision with Alex Albon, who the Australian admits he didn't see. Rather refreshingly, neither complained about the incident or the heavy shunt afterwards. It was simply one of those things that happen on lap 1 of a motor race. But the timing could not have been much worse for Ricciardo, who endured a frustrating weekend at Suzuka, a fortnight after a home Grand Prix to forget in Melbourne. Then, teammate Yuki Tsunoda scored 6 points, exhibiting genuine pace in this iteration of RB car. Ricciardo started last on the grid at Albert Park, finishing an unimpressive 12th. This weekend, Tsunoda again finished in the top 10, this time at his home race, while Ricciardo watched on from the garage. With his teammate on 7 points, a scoreless Ricciardo is under pressure. Sure, because of his form, but also because of Liam Lawson, waiting in the wings as a reserve who would be fully deserving of a permanent seat on the grid. New Zealand youngster Lawson impressed when stepping in for Ricciardo last year after the Aussie broke his hand in Zandvoort. He scored points, finishing 9th in Singapore. By the time Ricciardo was picked for 2024 alongside Tsunoda anyway, the disappointment from Camp Lawson was palpable. There is no doubt that RB and their new team principal Laurent Mekies have a ready-made replacement available. At the start of the season, Ricciardo made no secret of his ambitions to salvage a second shot at Red Bull in 2025. Yet Sergio Perez insists his future will be sorted within the next month, and after 3 second-place finishes out of 4, he is looking closer and closer to sealing a return as Max Verstappen's teammate. But forget the world champions, Ricciardo has a big battle on in the short term. Charisma and personality will only get you so far in Formula 1,